Welcome to our English podcast, where we dive into the intriguing world of language. Today, you'll hear Alex unravel the key differences between English and Hindi. This episode promises to enhance your understanding of linguistic diversity and cultural nuances. As you listen, complex vocabulary and notable grammar choices will be briefly explained in line, ensuring you grasp each concept with ease. So settle in and enjoy this engaging journey into language learning, where every word is a step towards better communication. The soft clatter of keys and the gentle hum of background music filled the podcast studio, creating an ambiance both cozy and focused. I leaned into the microphone, my voice warm and welcoming, as if inviting each listener into a personal conversation. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lingua Connect. I'm Alex, your host, here to guide you through the fascinating world of languages. I paused, letting the music weave through the air, setting an inviting atmosphere. Today, we're diving into the intriguing contrasts between English and Hindi. It's a journey not just through words, but through cultures and histories. The typing continued softly in the background, a rhythmic accompaniment to my narrative. Our goal here, I continued, is to explore the nuances, meaning subtle differences of these languages. We'll uncover how they shape the way we think and communicate. I leaned back slightly, remembering my own linguistic journey. Now I must confess, I said candidly, meaning frankly, my Hindi pronunciation has been a personal challenge. Despite being an expert in English, I find myself a novice when it comes to Hindi. The admission felt like a gentle breeze, a salubrious, meaning health-giving, release of honesty. But that's the beauty of language learning. It's a path filled with both struggles and triumphs, and today I hope to share some of those with you. I adjusted the microphone slightly, ensuring my voice remained clear and engaging. Understanding linguistic diversity isn't just about learning new words. It's about appreciating the cultural nuances that come with them. Each language offers a unique lens through which we view the world. The music swelled softly, underscoring the importance of the message. In this episode, we'll delve into how language learning can bridge communication barriers. It connects us, allowing for deeper cultural understanding. I could sense the listeners leaning in, drawn by the promise of discovery. For instance, did you know that the subjunctive mood in English, which expresses wishes or hypotheticals, doesn't quite have a direct equivalent in Hindi? It's these differences that make language so fascinating. As I spoke, I aimed to balance detailed explanations with relatable anecdotes. When I first attempted to pronounce dhanyavad, meaning thank you, in Hindi, I stumbled over the sounds. It was a humbling reminder of the complexity and beauty of language. I paused, allowing the story to resonate. But with each mistake, I learned something new, something valuable. And that's what I hope to impart to you today. The episode was nearing its conclusion, yet I wanted to leave the listeners with a thought to ponder. Language is more than just a tool for communication. It's a bridge to understanding, a way to connect with others on a deeper level. I smiled, imagining the listeners nodding along, feeling the same passion for language that I did. So as we explore these linguistic contrasts, let's remember the importance of embracing diversity and fostering understanding. With a final, gentle flourish of music, I wrapped up the episode. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep connecting. I leaned back, satisfied with the session, knowing that each word had been a step toward bridging worlds. The subtle hook lay in the promise of more discoveries to come, an invitation to continue this exploration together. The soft hum of the podcast studio's background music set a calm atmosphere, enveloping the room in a gentle cocoon of sound. I sat at the microphone, surrounded by the familiar clutter of notes and my ever-reliable laptop. The studio was my sanctuary, a place where I could dive into the complexities of language with my listeners. Today, we're diving into the intricacies, meaning complexities, of Hindi sounds. I began, my voice steady and inviting. Hindi's phonetic system is a fascinating puzzle. Each sound is a piece that fits into a larger picture, creating a language that's both challenging and rewarding to learn. I paused, glancing at the notes scattered around me. They were a testament to my ongoing struggle with Hindi pronunciation, a secret I kept from my audience. Despite my expertise in English, Hindi often felt like a mountain I was still climbing. "Let me share a little story," I continued, a smile playing on my lips. When I first started learning Hindi, I mispronounced a word in a rather embarrassing way. Instead of saying khushi, which means happiness, I ended up saying khusi, which, well, doesn't mean anything pleasant. A chuckle escaped me, and I hoped my listeners would find humor in my blunder. Language learning was full of such moments after all. The sound of typing filled the room as I noted down listener questions for future episodes. These inquiries were the lifeblood of my podcast, guiding me toward topics that resonated with my audience. Phonetic awareness is crucial, I said, returning to the topic at hand. It enhances language learning by helping us understand the nuance, meaning subtlety, of sound differences. For instance, the way we articulate, meaning pronounce certain sounds, can completely change a word's meaning. I leaned back in my chair, letting the rhythm of my words flow naturally. Hindi and English have their own bilionophony, meaning pleasant sound, each language possessing a unique musicality. It's the contrast that make them so captivating. A thought struck me, and I decided to emphasize it with a bit of advanced grammar. Had I known how crucial pronunciation was, I said, using inversion for emphasis, auxiliary plus subject plus past participle, I would have focused more on it from the start. I imagine my listeners nodding along, perhaps recalling their own language learning hurdles. If I were to give one piece of advice, I continued, slipping into the subjunctive mood, hypothetical scenarios, it would be to embrace these challenges. They are stepping stones to fluency. The music in the background shifted slightly, a reminder of the passage of time. I glanced at the clock, noting that the episode was nearing its end. Yet there was always more to explore, more to uncover in the vast world of language. "Thank you for joining me today," I concluded, my voice warm with gratitude. "Keep those questions coming, and together we'll continue to unravel the mysteries of language." As I signed off, a subtle hook lingered in the air, a promise of future episodes filled with more stories, more discoveries. The journey was far from over, and I was eager to see where it would lead next. The gentle hum of typing filled the air, punctuated by the soft strains of background music. I leaned into the microphone, my voice warm and inviting. Welcome back, dear listeners, to another episode of our linguistic journey. Today, we're diving into the nuances, meaning subtle distinctions, of subject-verb agreement in English and Hindi. I paused, letting the music swell slightly before continuing. You might wonder why this is important. Well, these nuances can change the meaning of a sentence entirely. Imagine saying, "the team is winning," versus, "the team are winning." In English, both can be correct, but they convey different ideas. The first treats the team as a single entity, while the second views it as a collection of individuals. The music faded slightly, allowing my words to take center stage. Now, let's consider Hindi. Subject-verb agreement here can be even more intricate, reflecting gender and number in ways English does not. It's these small differences that make language learning an adventure. I took a sip of water, preparing to delve deeper. This brings us to the subjunctive mood, a fascinating aspect of both languages. In English, we use it to express wishes or hypotheticals. If I were you, or I wish it were true. In Hindi, similar structures exist, but they often carry a different emotional weight. As I spoke, I imagined my listeners nodding along, intrigued by these revelations. I encourage you all to revel, meaning take pleasure, in the beauty of these linguistic structures. They offer a window into how we perceive and interact with the world. The music shifted to a more upbeat tune as I introduced my guest. Joining us today is Dr. Meera Patel, a linguist specializing in Indo-European languages. Welcome, Meera. Thank you, Alex, she replied, her voice bright and engaging. "It's a pleasure to be here." Our conversation flowed naturally, each of us building on the other's points. Mira explained, "In Hindi, the subjunctive is often used in polite requests, or to express uncertainty, which can be quite different from English." We laughed together, sharing anecdotes about language mishaps. I once told someone in Hindi that I wish they were a book when I meant to compliment their storytelling, I confessed, eliciting a chuckle from Mira. "That's a common mistake," she assured me, "but it highlights how important these nuances are." As our discussion wound down, I shifted the tone back to a more reflective note. Listeners, language is a living, breathing entity. By understanding these grammatical nuances, we not only become better communicators, but also more empathetic individuals. The music softened, signaling the episode's conclusion. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you'll explore these topics further in your own language learning journey. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep exploring. With that, the episode ended, leaving a lingering sense of curiosity and excitement. I smiled, knowing that our conversation had sparked new insights and perhaps even a few laughs. The gentle clatter of keys filled the small studio, mingling with the soft strains of an acoustic guitar. I leaned into the microphone, allowing the ambient sounds to set a relaxed atmosphere. "Welcome back, dear listeners," I began, my voice warm and inviting. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of idiomatic expressions, those colorful phrases that often defy literal translation. I paused, letting the music weave through the air before continuing. Let's start with a Hindi idiom that I find particularly intriguing. Nach na jane angan tidha. It translates to, "can't dance." Blame the floor. This expression highlights how people often blame external factors for their own shortcomings. I smiled, imagining my listeners nodding along. In English, we have something quite similar. A bad workman always blames his tools. Both idioms reveal a shared human tendency to avoid personal accountability, yet they emerge from distinct cultural backgrounds. The gentle rustle of papers accompanied my thoughts as I considered the nuances, meaning subtleties, of these expressions. Language, I mused, is not just a means of communication. It shapes our cultural understanding, influencing how we perceive the world. I leaned back, recalling a personal anecdote, meaning story, from my own language learning journey. When I first started learning Hindi, I struggled with pronunciation. My tongue felt clumsy, like a dancer stumbling over unfamiliar steps. But instead of blaming the language, I embraced the challenge, discovering new ways to express myself. A distant phone rang, its sound barely audible beneath the music. It reminded me of the world outside, bustling with its own stories and languages. "I often wonder," I continued, "how many of you have faced similar challenges. How has language learning shaped your perception of different cultures?" I let the question hang in the air, inviting my listeners to ponder their own experiences. The studio's ambient sounds, rustling papers, the soft clatter of keys, created a sense of a working environment, alive with possibility. "Feel free to share your stories with me," I encouraged, my voice earnest. "Your experiences are invaluable, offering insights into the diverse ways we connect with the world." As the music swelled, I felt a deep sense of connection with my audience. In embracing linguistic and cultural diversity, I concluded, we enrich our lives, opening ourselves to new perspectives and experiences. I paused, allowing the words to resonate. May we all find joy in the dance of languages, celebrating the richness they bring to our lives. With that, I signed off, leaving the gentle music to carry my message into the world.
Thanks for tuning in to the English Peak Listening Podcast. We're glad to be part of your English learning journey, from beginner to advanced. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share, and leave a review. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and see you in the next episode.